see what your strengths and weaknesses are. How do you approach the game? Are you silly about it? Are you goofy about it? Are you good at it just because you're bigger and stronger than everybody else? Dude, I always work on the things during those games that I was weak at, right? Or is there actually thought and skill that you put into it, right? And when I'd play to my weaknesses, right? So I have a strategy. Quickness, I was quick, but not insanely quick. I was fast, but not ridiculously fast, right? So I had to rely on skill a lot more. I had to rely on angles a lot more. I had to study the game a lot more. And but I enjoyed it though. So like from the time I can remember when I started watching the game, I studied the game, and it just never changed. Right? I got to get stronger.
You have to do the hard stuff and watch that game and study that game to not make those mistakes over and over again.
Every day, I mean, since 20 years, it was an everyday process and trying to figure out strengths and weaknesses. For example, jumping ability. Now, my vertical was a 40, it wasn't a 46 or a 45. My hands are big, but they're not massive. Right? So you got to figure out ways to strengthen them so your hands are strong enough to be able to palm a ball and do the things that you need to do.
Ways to get better. There's certain things that you can figure out that you can take advantage of. Right? Certain weaknesses that were exposed that you need to shore up. But the hardest thing is to face that stuff.
You got to look at the reality of the situation. Like for me, it's not, you kind of got to get over yourself, right? And then after that, it's okay, well, why did those air balls happen?
There's a quote from one of my English teachers at Lower Merion named Mr. Fisk. He had a great quote that said, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And that's something I always live by. I'm not going to rest, I'm going to keep on pushing now. There are a lot of answers that I don't have, even questions that I don't have. But I'm just going to keep going. I'm just going to keep going, and I'll figure these things out as we go, right? And you just continue to build that way. So I try to live by that all the time.
The love of the game, the challenge. Like I would watch Magic play, I'd watch Michael play, and I would see them do these unbelievable things, and I'd say, can I get to that level? I don't know, but let's find out. Let's find out.
I had a summer where I played basketball around like 10, 11 years old, and here I come playing, and I don't score 1 point the entire summer. I remember crying about it, being upset about it, and my father just gave me a hug and said, "Listen, whether you score 0 or score 60, I'm gonna love you no matter what." Now that is the most important thing that you can say to a child. Because from there, I was like, okay, that gives me all the confidence in the world to fail. But to hell with that, I'm scoring 60. I stayed with it, and I kept practicing.